Hello, welcome today to Existential Fear, and money is not the problem. You might know this situation when you're watching this today, that you are awake at night, you're going from the left to the right, and you just cannot close your eyes and just fall asleep. Because you have so many thoughts going through your mind that keep you awake all the time. Worries about your job, about your income, and you're maybe wondering, what if money stops coming to you? What if you're losing all the money you have? What if you're losing your job and so the source of your income? And so, like others probably too, you are just staying in a very unpleasant situation and an unpleasant job instead of leaving and changing your situation. Things like putting up with the rudeness of others, like with the boss, team leaders, or colleague, or whoever, you're just taken and you're swallowing it instead of changing it. Because you are in fear. You're acting, you're reacting, you're feeling in fear all day long, more or less. And so you end up playing a role. You pretend to be somebody else, to avoid certain conflicts or, clearing conversations, etc., etc. So you just keep up and stay in that situation just out of the fear of losing the job and so the money. So maybe you also know the situation when you have already saved a lot of money, let's say, that you are hoarding it. You need to hoard, and you make sure that you don't spend anything for yourself, for only the most necessary things, because you are afraid otherwise to lose it all. So you're not investing in yourself. You are just keeping it in your account because the money is more important than your well-being. Today in this video, we're going to resolve what actually is behind this matter, which is not the money. That one you can already be sure. Money is never the problem. Even when we're talking about existential fears, this is completely something else. And if you want to know what is behind it, if you need a solution right now, stay tuned in this video. You will know what this is all about. My name is Marianne Böhm, and in my spaces, high performers, people with high responsibilities that are delivering in their jobs, in their businesses, in their families, in their lives, forever. They leave this track and create their sovereignty just from within, to free themselves from everything that does not support their well-being. So, and existential fears is one of the main things many people are struggling with, although they might have a lot of money saved up, although they are invested in a very good way, let's say. And still they have these fears, they have this, we have to save, don't spend so much, save the money here, don't spend it around like as if it's nothing, etc., etc., and all these money beliefs coming around that keeps you right in that rat race of the money issue. So I want to clear up first here where this is actually coming from. And this is not coming from money, because money was something you didn't care for when you were just being a child. You didn't care about money so much at all. Doesn't play a role in your childhood, right? And this is right where it's coming from. Let's go a little bit even backwards here. And then you understand why it's called existential fears and not money fears. They are existential fears. You are fearing over your existence, your life, meaning you feel threatened, literally threatened. Your system feels threatened, is feeling danger, is in high alert all the time. The nervous system fires a lot of fears. There's threatening people, situations, whatever, in your mind all around you. And that creates this ongoing existential fears. It's all about your existence as a human being. So you're wondering maybe, where is this coming from? I am not threatened. I have no enemies around me in my home, work, or whatever. It's your body system living in a reality that you are not in right now. But your body system is still in a reality where your existence was threatened. And that was when you were just born, in the first weeks and hours, even minutes and months and even years of your childhood. So then you might wondering, but nobody threatened me then. Maybe not intentionally, but your body system has saved up this information. And there are several scenarios creating existential fears deeply, and they run forever in your life until you become aware of it and start dissolving the source of it, the reason, what was behind in those old days. So let's have a look here. This can happen that you as a baby start to develop deep fears like existential fears, etc., and other threats. When you, for example, were separated after birth from your mom, so you had no physical contact, no bonding at all. This interruption of bonding with a mom already creates this threat. Your life literally is threatened. And that's just natural biological truth. Baby and mom belong together after birth, and for longer, actually for years. But that's a different topic. You can look it up. So when there is no bonding, what happens here? The baby would have been taken in a room with all the other babies, right? When you're my generation in the 70s, this was completely normal. The mom was supposed to relax and recover from giving birth, etc. So they took the babies away to have them sleep in a different, separate room. Also, to get them out for getting checked up by doctors and all that stuff. So that caused in tremendous amount of stress and created trauma of your existence. So your existence as a baby for the baby was threatened, even though nobody threatened that little baby. All right? But your sensation, your body sensation, your perception, your feeling, your information you received was just like that. I'm alone here. I am fighting for my life. Nobody is taking care. Nobody is coming to me. I'm not protected. Nobody takes care of me. I'm here all by myself. I'm panicking. So that's the state of being. Because a baby belongs to the mom. The birth already was a trauma in Western societies anyway. This is very traumatizing for both mom and the baby, and even for the father. So also this is something you can learn how natural tribes giving birth. So they do it in a very smooth and balanced way so that nobody gets traumatized and nothing happens to the baby. Not so in the Western world. And that's why so many people are struggling from these kinds of feelings and have no idea what's going on, why this is there. So this was just one example. Then there's another one. Let's say you were not separated, and maybe later the mom fell ill or was absent or whatever, and there was a separation later within the first year or the first 2 years or anything like that. Then there is another deep break, that's a deep crack in the bonding. So the baby would feel again, oh my God, I'm left alone. There is no love, there is no protection, there is no support. Nobody wants me, or I'm being, rejected, and all these feelings, all these core wounds. This is where they occur and when they have been created in the young little bodies. Or another one, that's something people even, or mothers even, have been told to let their babies cry when they cry. Let them scream, let them just be alone and find out so that they're fine alone and all that. And this is when a little baby body completely goes into freeze at some point. If the baby cries and cries and cries and cries and nobody is there looking and taking them out and calming it down, etc., the body goes into freeze. It gets stuck up. It is tensed entirely. This is why people have, or many people have, lower back pain in their adult life, which is getting worse and worse and worse. Or there are other symptoms like stiff necks or frozen shoulders all the time, and all these physical symptoms. And others, also organs, they have issues later in their lives. Let's say there is bladder infection, there is heart problems, there is lung problems, liver problems, and all kinds of symptoms these people will experience. Not everyone is in the same way, of course, but this is just, I'm just giving some examples here for you so that you can check. These things come mostly from those days. They can also rise up later after there are other traumas following on top of everything. So at some point, one day, the body will create body symptoms to raise a voice, let's say, saying to you, something is not right here. So then there's another one, which is another unpleasant one, but this happened a lot in the 70s, 60s, 70s, which is assaults in hospital. Of course, also through other people can happen as well within the family, but assaults in hospital or from doctors and nurses, that's not meant always being mean and on purpose, but this is just, for example, the wrong way to handle a very sensitive baby by just taking it out to get a checkup from the doctor, or taking them out and giving it these bunches of vaccines, which is severe violent for the little body. So this is where you developed feelings like, I have no say here, I'm helpless, I am, again, unprotected. They do whatever they want with me, I have no power. These sensations, beliefs, and emotions and messages in your body system, they come from those days. So that doesn't mean that people are always being abusive on purpose, whatever this could mean right now for you when you think about that, right? This is just because of hospital systems, of standards, let's say, or standards, rules and routines. The handling of a baby as if it's just a number next to other 100 babies, right? So this is how these things happen. And one of it is this existential fear. When a baby experiences all this together and is still not connected, not bonded with a mother, so their lives are definitely threatened. And this is what the nervous system stores in your body a lifelong until you start to dissolving what happened, so that you get free from these fears. And thank God this is possible. Yeah, so those days you were, defenselessly at the mercy of that system. And it wasn't really anybody's fault, really. It was just, many unconscious workers doing their jobs, not thinking to the left or to the right, and just doing what was needed to do in order to get by every day in their jobs, and doing what was normal, right? So this mother-child interrupted bond manipulated your life, let's say. Already it was manipulated through the system. And so your independence as a sovereign being was prevented just by all these standardized rules. So, and that's what I just said. For you as an infant, this meant an acute threat of your life. Definitely. The system is so sensitive, especially when you're newborn. You cannot just process everything with more different ways of looking onto things. You just are depending on what you feel. And this is why you store a lot of trauma at that age. So this is how you were fighting for your survival, your existence, very early. And this is what's going on until today. Yeah, this is, of course, nothing. If you have something like this, other way around, this is nothing you can solve with a money mindset thinking or whatever you find out there, right? This has nothing to do with your mindset, with all the tools what you can get out there to, what's it called? Affirmations, right? Telling yourself affirmations, doing this and that exercise, etc., etc., and then you will get free from existential fears. Why is that? Because your mind can't do anything here. Your mind is not the point. The experience is not stored in your mind. The experience, by the way, little excursion here, it's not stored in your mind. Otherwise, you would have clear memories of that, which is impossible at that age. So this experience is stored in your body cells, in the entire body. That's why people have symptoms in certain areas of their bodies or everywhere later. This is done by the nervous system. It was an acute stress continuously, and this is how this experience was stored in the entire body. And this is why you feel this all the time. Or earlier, unconsciously, you would be in this functioning mode, and you would be easily to be told, do this and that, and help here and help there, and you would just do it. Because you want to help, it's normal, and 1, 2, 3, you get it all done, right? So your system was actually in constant stress. Your nervous system is firing danger signals. And you sometimes even are not noticing that this is going on. And then maybe one day you are wondering why you have all these symptoms. The one symptoms I opened up this video with, sleepless nights. Maybe this is normal already for you that you cannot properly sleep. Or you are noticing you have high blood pressure for a while now and wonder why. Where is this coming from? You have weight gain goes together a lot with high blood pressure. Or you notice for a while you are emotionally somewhat cold. Where is all your empathy you used to have? It's all gone. That's the impression. It's not gone, but it's just buried for a while now. Or you are in work mode, you become a workaholic. Or you're just working without any joy. You are functioning. And then you might notice for a while also now the sadness, the anger that are always within you, and you are trying to suppress and wait that it's going away and all this, and it's not going away really. And then you don't allow yourself anything because you're in constant fear, so you don't give yourself space for the joy and the beautiful things in life. And that leads you to being stuck. Even that far that you start to, not caring anymore for moving forward with your life. So you would reach a level where you would say, you know what? I just want to have my peace and quiet. I do my job until I retired, and then I have peace. So what is actually needed here, and probably pretty urgent meanwhile, this is to defeat the cause of your condition, and in a way to shut down your system. So you wanna get your nervous system on a down-regulated level so that your body can finally relax. And even when you sit there and you feel relaxed, but then when you check your pulse and the pulse is high, so you're far away from being relaxed, even though you're doing nothing and the rest feels fine. That means the functioning program runs in the back without you having access to it. Like in a computer, when the programs install themselves in the background and you don't know where to look for them, that's very similar to that. So what's basically really needed to get in touch with yourself so that you gain access to these programs, so that you can find a way out here and know what to do. And that always means being yourself and live your life as you, not in a functioning program. And then you are automatically, naturally calm, and the system is not in alert all the time, not at all. It runs naturally again, and you will feel the difference immediately. Yeah, and resulting, you will be able finally to create that free life that you're looking for, that you cannot reach in that state of being of constant nervous system firing mode, right? So you need to be in serenity. You need to be in a state where things don't get to you all the time. And that means where things don't trigger you all the time, where you don't have to bury and suppress certain triggers to not feel them anymore, and all that, all this resistance, all this fighting within you is gone once you get to that level. And this is through nervous system recalibration. There is no other way. As I said, there is no mindset work. There is no affirmations. There is no meditation helping here. There is no yoga helping here. All these things are just calming you in the moment. And after that, your system fires again. You want to have a constant, calm, serene mode in your mind, in your body, in your emotions, in your way of thinking. Yeah, and this is actually sovereignty. This is true freedom. This is a natural state of being we all usually are born in. This is our normal, natural state of being. And this is what I call the crown path. And this is the space I offer to my participants so that they can create their natural state of beings and become really free in your life. and enter true abundance so that they don't have this existential fear anymore. They let go of everything in the process. There is no, I'm afraid that my money is not coming in anymore, that I'm losing my job, I'm creating anyway my own business or whatever. So all these worries will be gone once you take the decision to walk this mastery path. That's the crown path. That's a real self-determined life path where everything occurs from within you and nobody really can bother you, or no situation, no circumstance. And you just are doing through being. It's a life according to your nature without inner stress in a short form, right? Yeah, if you want to know more, just look in the description under this video and get more information there. And I see you in the next video.